last episode, Halloween Haven is hosting a dinner party. Booyah! Now for the decorations. During the planning process, we explored icons and symbols. And then we put this all together to create some of our own spectacular original artwork. Today, we're going to turn Halloween Haven into the ultimate tablescape. So come on, let's go! We've got some fun work ahead of us. Episode 4, Last Night. Have you ever had a nightmare? How about one about a party? Our party. That was me last night. It all started with me looking around the grand entrance room of Halloween Haven. I love this room, and I love being in this room, so I didn't even see the nightmare coming. I was so excited for this party. I looked around the room and began to imagine my friends and those I love gathering together here. I couldn't wait for them to arrive. I'm so proud of Halloween Haven, and I'm proud most of all to be celebrating with you. But that's when the nightmare started. What if nobody shows up? What if I don't know anybody? I mean, this house has been here a really long time, and I'm the new guest on the block. I want to be myself, but what if I don't fit in? And suddenly, there was a knock at the door, and I didn't have time to think about anything else right now. The first guest had arrived. Okay, well, I guess I don't have to worry about nobody coming. The room was really starting to fill up. But that negative voice in my head just wouldn't go away. This room was really filling up with some great characters. There was the really funny ghost over in the corner.
And then I say, are there any monsters who can actually do math?
Wait for it. Here's the punchline.
Oh, excuse me, Count Dracula. I didn't see you standing there.
The crowd goes wild. I should be happy. My party's a huge success. Except, even though the ghost is actually invisible, I'm feeling like the only invisible one in the room. Another new neighbor arrives, and I'm so nervous I don't know what to say. Nice day. Night. I like your shoes. I rewind the night in my mind. Please, I beg, just turn me into one of those paintings on the wall. I don't need to dance, or talk, or participate in the party, or have fun. I can just hang on the wall and observe. And then I wake up. Whew. Have you ever had this same feeling? Have you ever felt a little bit afraid to show someone a part of who you are? Or worse yet, you're so shy you can't find the words to speak to somebody who's trying to be your new friend. Those words were just there a minute ago. Halloween Haven is a special place, and it's a part of who we are. Remember, a house is just a building, but a home is made by the people who live there. Halloween Haven was built for you and by you. It's special and it's unique. When family and guests visit your Halloween Haven and gather around your table for a meal, this home you've made, this wonderful, brilliant home, can be a starting point for bringing people together and sharing conversation. For some of us, conversation is a scary thought, but we're in luck. Today at Ghoul School, we're going to explore some interesting things about Halloween that you can share with your guests during your own family dinner or party. These facts are frightfully great conversation starters for all ages. So, if you don't know what else to talk about this. Come on, let's go. At your school, a bell might tell you class is about to begin. But you're not at just any school. You're at Ghoul School, where the sound of thunder tells us class is about to start. Ipso, oro, facto, fluoro. Oh, hi everybody. Bet you're wondering what I'm doing right here. Sorry about that. You see, the witch from Snow White called, and she's looking for an apple that doesn't have a spell that can be broken with true love's kiss. I know. Anyway, welcome to Ghoul School. Today's lesson is all about Halloween 101. So can everybody put their thinking caps on and let's get started. I'm going to ask you some questions and I'd like to see if you can use your Halloween knowledge to answer them. Let's begin. Question number 1. A pumpkin, is it considered a fruit, a vegetable, or a meat? If you guessed fruit, you're right. But why? Why are you right? Let's take a closer look at this pumpkin here. It's been cross-sectioned or cut open so you can see the insides. Do you see all those stringy seeds inside? Well, from a botanist's perspective, a pumpkin is a fruit, and the seeds are the reason why. Most people think a pumpkin is a vegetable, but vegetables are the edible parts of a plant like the leaves, the stems, the roots, the flowers, or the tubers. Because the pumpkin has seeds inside, it's part of a seed-bearing structure of the plant, making it a fruit. Other foods, often mistaken as vegetables when they're actually fruits, are things like tomatoes, cucumbers, squash. Tricky, but kind of a neat fact to know. Question number 2. What do pumpkins grow on? Stalks, trees, vines, or bushes? If you guessed vine, you're right. Before the pumpkin starts to grow, the vine shoots out a flower. The flower is also edible, meaning you can eat that part of the plant. From seed to fruit, it takes between 90 and 120 days to grow a pumpkin. Question number 3. In what year will the next full moon occur during Halloween night? A full moon on Halloween night occurs very rarely, once every 18 or 19 years. The last full moon we had was in 2001. But if you do some quick math, you might realize we're in luck. This year, 2020, is going to be the next full moon on Halloween night. The next full moon on Halloween night after that is 2039. That's a long time to wait if you're a werewolf. Question 4. What is a group of witches called? While a group of butterflies is called a kaleidoscope, and a group of cows is called a herd of cattle, and a group of people is called a crowd, a group of witches is called a coven. In old stories, a coven of witches would gather around a cauldron to make their potions and brews. Fifth and final question. How old is Miss Lauren? Okay, wait a minute. In witch years, fairy years?
You know what? On second thought, let's just wiggle our fingers and make that whole question disappear. Okay, back to class.
All right, friends, let's do this. Let's start decorating. Today, you'll pretty much need everything that's left in your box. Your bag of treasures, your tape, glue, glitter, stickers, your house. Let's just say the only things you won't need are your candle or your paints. See if you can set your workstation up so it looks like mine. You can organize your workstation any way that makes sense to you, but I've organized my workstation so that anything needing glue is on one side and everything else that can stick on its own is on the other side of my house. Pause this video while you organize your workstation, then push play to join us again. Ready to go? Great, let's do this. Before you start gluing, let's plan this out. We have a lot of decorations and a lot of surface area to cover. We have the front, the sides, and the back of the house. There's also the roof, as well as the entire canvas, which we painted as Pumpkin Lane. By examining each area, we can start to get a sense of which decorations might fit best where. The back of the house, for example, feels like a great place for me to put that giant gate. As I'm examining the house, I also notice one place we do not want to add glue or stickers, and that's right on the seam of this roof. In order for us to turn our candle light on and off, we want to be able to lift that roof off. So do not use tape or glue to close that permanently. Next, I'm going to start just by placing objects where I think I might want them to go. I'm not gluing anything yet, just placing. A tablescape is a centerpiece that goes in the middle of a table. I love this idea of Halloween Haven being a place of gathering for people around the table at dinner. So I'm going to use my Halloween Haven as a tablescape. A tablescape is a centerpiece that goes in the middle of a dinner table. The guests sit around the tablescape as they enjoy one another's company and a meal together. I want to be sure that no matter where you're sitting at the table, you have a slightly different view of my Halloween Haven. I don't want the person facing the back of the house to miss out on all the fun. Ooh, look at the shadows this giant spider casts. That's going to look great shimmering in that full moon light this Halloween. I'm still just placing objects. I still haven't glued anything. I'm just slowly turning my house so I can see how it looks from each vantage point. Take your time when you do this. There's no rush. Once we glue things down, we're committed to leaving those objects where we've placed the glue. So I like to lay things out just in case I change my mind. Since the glue is permanent, if I change my mind later, I won't be able to move the objects. They'll be stuck to my board or my house. The reason we're using permanent glue is because I plan to keep this house for years to come. I'm proud of my Halloween haven. It's a keepsake, and it's a home. I've decided to try out what it looks like if I put these jewels on my walkway. I'm curious to see what will happen when the candlelight from inside the house shines and flickers onto those sparkly gems, casting some different colors around the floor and the ground. Oh, I like that. I think I'm going to keep them just where they are. I also love these black jewels because the really small ones could be eyes on a jack-o'-lantern, on a ghost, maybe even on my black cat. This thin washi tape might be great for edges or borders around the angles of the house. Or maybe I'll use that thick orange glitter like frosting piping around the edge of my house. Haven't decided yet. And of course, what would Pumpkin Lane be without Snowflake, the black cat? There's a few things on the sticker sheet that I definitely want to use. Maybe this tiny skeleton here, and I love this Halloween banner. Maybe that could go somewhere across the top of Halloween Haven, maybe above the door, to welcome guests to the dinner party. And here's those 3 funny little pumpkins we met when we were first discovering Halloween Haven. I've got to include those somewhere. I can hear them now. How does a ghost wash their hair? With shampoo! These sweet little bats will be so cute hiding in a corner somewhere with their 2 little eyes glowing. I've committed to the things I've placed on my board. The other things I'm still thinking about. I definitely want to fill my house up, but I'm going to glue the things down that I've committed to. So I'm going to use my tacky glue. A little goes a long way, so I just need about a pearl-sized dot. white when I first apply it, but it's tacky glue, so it will dry clear. If I accidentally use too much, it's best just to let it dry instead of trying to wipe it off. After I've glued the things I've committed to onto my house and onto Pumpkin Lane, then I'm going to start adding the other things, like the stickers and the glitter and the washi tape. I can't wait to see what you create. We're only a day away. Next episode is the dinner party. And I can't wait for Halloween Haven to be the centerpiece of a gathering of new friends. What's for dinner, you ask? Oh, good question. Tomorrow I'm going to walk you through the actual edible recipe for color-changing pasta. This recipe is so cool! I can't wait to see you next episode. Nice work today.